Hello my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is Nova Gnome Creations and I'm Nova, and this is Ozzy sitting on the back of my chair. I know it has been a minute since you guys have seen him. He has gotten so big. He is now bigger than Yuri, my other cat, my female cat. I actually frequently confuse him for Lincoln. He is not as big as Lincoln, but when they both are very like similar looking, like tabby cats at least, they obviously have their own distinctive features and their own distinctive faces and whatnot, but like when I'm just doing something, it is so easy to confuse, like to not like mistake him, and like my brain just immediately is like, oh yep, that's Lincoln. But we still also teasingly call him Little Lincoln. And sometimes in even more teasing fashion, we call Lincoln Big Ozzy. Anyways, so I am actually filming at my desk today. What? I know. Well, technically it is later the same day as my last video, but as I said, I knew I was going to film at my desk later. I just really wanted to film like right away, right when I like wanted to that morning, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I was like, I'm just going to film in the bed right now. But now I'm filming from the desk. So I wanted to show you guys what I'm working on, and I forgot. Well, I didn't forget. The pattern is pulled up, but I don't know the name of it. So this is going to be a lamb. This is Lily the Easter lamb. It is a Hobie pattern. If I can find it, I'll link it. I have it saved because on Hobie you can download their PDFs and save them. So I probably saved this 2 years ago, if I had to guess. More than likely it's still available though, but I'm not very far in it at all. I'm currently using this super cute pastel yarn that's got like some shimmer. Yeah, there you go. It's got like shimmer strand, a shimmer strand that runs through it. And I thought this would be so cute for pastel. Let's see if my camera wants to like redo the lighting. Nope, it's like, nope, we're doing this lighting now. I had this tangled up skein. I don't know what happened. It was actually on my like desk over to the side, and I have a feeling at some point the cats got a hold of it and I just kind of shoved it in the corner. Well, I was cleaning off my desk the other day, because that's one of the reasons why I'm happily filming over here, is I like really took everything off my desk and just cleaned everything, like every little thing, and got rid of some stuff, and just like, it feels so much nicer now. I want to make sure. Okay, I think it is focused right. He sees yarn. He came over here and he's like, wait a minute. Hi, Ozzy. Did you guys hear Lincoln? I said, hi, Ozzy, and Lincoln in the background. Meh. Yep, there he is. He is very talkative. Anyway, this was super tangled up, and so I was listening to an audiobook, and I just sat here detangling it for like a trillion years. So this, even though it is in piles, it's actually detangled. And then I'm working on this. This is going to be the bottom of the head. The way that this lamb is done, it's like fluffy yarn on top, and then the bottom of the head is like just regular acrylic. The body is fluffy yarn, and then the arms are regular acrylic. So kind of to give that lamb sort of look. They used like a chenille yarn for the head, or for like the top of the head and the body. Oh, and the ears are also regular acrylic. And then there's also little cheek circles. The arms and the legs are regular acrylic. So just like imagine kind of how a lamb looks. They just used like a chenille yarn, and they actually used a yellow chenille yarn, so like it doesn't really look like lamb fluff. It's just a little bit fluffier of a yarn than the acrylic. But I'm actually going to use that white oh, what is that yarn called? Pipsqueak. That Pipsqueak yarn that I have in the white. Somebody suggested that when I was talking about the egg that I made, which I think I showed you guys this finished, but I don't remember. Here's the egg, by the way. I was laughing so hard at the comments on this, like where they're like, people were like, yeah, that's a much more economical way to do eggs with the price of eggs this year, and just do these instead for Easter egg hunting. So when I was making this, I was talking about Pipsqueak yarn and how I love this colorway of this Pipsqueak yarn, but also I just love the Pipsqueak yarn. And I was talking about how I had white, and somebody's like, oh, you should do a lamb. Like, nothing this person said, nothing to me is more like Easter than a lamb. And I was like, I never think of lambs. I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. So I was looking at my Easter patterns that I have saved on my computer, and I saw the lamb one, and I was like, hey, there we go. And I thought that it would be fun to do this yarn with it, because this yarn is like colorful and sweet and pastel, very Eastery to me. Very cute and sweet. And then the Pipsqueak yarn is white. So I'll double strand it with something, because the Pipsqueak yarn isn't thick, it's just fluffy. So I'll double strand it with something, probably not this yarn, because I don't think I have enough. I do think this was probably like pretty close to a full skein. Here's what I have a true line packet. I have my, my little, what's this thing called? A yarn bowl, but I use it for more than just yarn, like unless I'm like taking everything out of it to like really use it for yarn. I kind of use it as a catch-all at my desk, so I've got like chapsticks and everything else. If you were wondering what this is, these are this True Lime packet. I like to put these in my carbonated waters, or just waters in general, but this is literally crystallized lime. That's it. That's all this is. It's crystallized lime. I don't know if you guys have ever had these. I literally love them so much. They're also good for cooking with. I know I've talked about them before because I've been using them for years, but they're like just amazing. You can put them on your food, put them on rice. So good. Anyway, I've got this little chunk of yarn, and then this little chunk of yarn, and then just a couple of like really little balls. This is like a random individual little chunk scrap end. I don't know why the word didn't want to come to mind, but this is the size of the ball that I'm talking about. But yeah, so there's not a ton of this one. I don't know what they're doing over there. I'm trying not to get distracted because I can hear them doing stuff. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on. And I just wanted to make a little video from over here, you know, like feeling like I'm getting a little bit more back into things. I thought it would make it feel a little more official. Like I said, my desk area feels so much nicer. So like I'm so much more like I'm down. Like I was over here crocheting last night. I haven't really been crocheting at my desk because I really just needed to like go through and do like a total reset, refresh type of thing. So now that it was cleared off and all clean and spick and span, no dust, I could crochet over here. And I was just really enjoying myself. Like I said, even detangling that yarn last night, which I didn't want to do. I tried to get my husband to do it. I was like, please. He was like, no, I'm not doing that tonight. I'm doing something else, because he's playing a game. Sometimes I can like pretty frequently, if I have tangled yarn, which I try not to let yarn get tangled, but if I acquire a tangled yarn or something happens and it ends up tangled, a lot of times I can convince him to detangle it for me. But he was like, nope. He was laughing, but I was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. But like I said, I was sitting here listening to my audiobook, detangling that yarn and crocheting. Once I got enough of it detangled, I went ahead and started crocheting so I could like detangle, crochet, detangle, you know, as I felt like it. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can hear my cats, but they're very loud. I know what they're doing right now. That loud sound is them, one of them in the litter box. Does anyone else's cats do this? My wrist hurts if you wondered what I'm doing. Does anyone else cats do this? They don't scratch the litter, they scratch the sides of their litter box. My cats do that. They like aggressively scratch like the edges, like they're trying to pull the litter box edges in or something. Not like a oops, I missed the litter. Like they like to scratch the edges. I almost wonder if it's like, you know how like cats or animals in general will like scratch like trees or whatever to like, I don't know if they're sharpening their claws or filing them or whatever. I almost wonder if it's that, like they enjoy like the feeling of it or something. I mean, they don't have small litter boxes. All of their litter boxes are like XL litter boxes. So I don't know why else. Like I have no idea why they would be doing that. But yeah, oh, and I posted on my community tab, but just in case you guys didn't see it, because I know a lot of people don't see the stuff on my community tab. which is why I try to kind of post everywhere. But I went ahead and finished setting up that Ko-fi account. I think Ko-fi, coffee, however you want to say it. If you guys haven't seen those, that's like the buy me a cup of coffee, buy me a coffee thing. Where like I always knew it as like a tipping site where like you could tip like your favorite artists or whatever. A lot of people that I follow that like do art have Ko-fi accounts. I always have said Ko-fi. I know the joke, or like not the joke, but like the play off of it is like coffee, but I don't know. I always said Ko-fi. I don't know if that's like how you say it or not, but anyway about it, a lot of the artists that I follow have them, and you can just be like, oh, I love your art, you know, like here's $3 or whatever. But I had like recently found out you could actually list stuff for sale over there, including PDF downloads, and they don't charge all of those fees that like Etsy does. I still love having an Etsy account because Etsy generates sales like on its side, because people go to Etsy to search for things. Like I know I do. I'll go to Etsy if I'm like looking for a pattern or whatever, and I'll search it. So I know that it like gets me an audience that I don't have on my own, but I also know that I bring in my own audience from YouTube over to Etsy, and then the fees that get taken out of it are like not necessary because I am generating those, like people going over there from my YouTube, if that makes sense. I'm generating those leads, as they would say, I guess, in like marketing. So I was like, you know what? If Ko-fi doesn't charge all these fees, I can list my patterns over there cheaper and like pass the savings on to you guys. Because when I list my patterns on Etsy, I have to keep in mind all of the fees. Like even patterns that I wanted to list like basically for free, I have to charge enough fees. Otherwise, like it actually like completely comes back to bite me in the butt. So, like for example, I have on Etsy my little ghosty pattern, Lil Ghosty. It's just this cute little keychain ghost or necklace, or like you could put it on, hang it from your bag or from your rear view mirror. I've made a bunch of them for people, and they've done different things with them. And I wanted to basically list that pattern for free, like just like really, really cheap. Just like, you know, I put time into making it. So if I made a few cents off of it, that I was fine with it. But like the idea wasn't to like really make a lot of money off of that one. But with the way that Etsy's fees were, I listed it. I think the cheapest you can list something is $1. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I listed it and I ended up having to change it to like $1.50 or something because of the way the fees were coming out of it and stuff. Because there's listing fees. It charges you like a flat amount for a listing fee. I want to say like 13 cents or something like that. And then there's like, oh man, there's like 3 different fees that come out of them. I can't even remember right now. But regardless, my point is, because of the fees on Etsy, I have to keep that in mind when I'm pricing things, because you as a seller do not get the price that you put for things like that, like anything that you list on Etsy. But I can knock the prices down on Ko-fi, and like you guys can get the patterns cheaper. So I wanted to let you guys know that that's there. I personally do not care if you want to buy them from Etsy, if you want to buy them from Ko-fi, wherever, like if you want to get a pattern, go for it wherever you want to. I love having them all in one place, and I started with Etsy when I was buying patterns, so I just kind of default to Etsy personally. But I know a lot of people use Ravelry, which I really need to get a Ravelry going at some point. I like don't list my patterns on Ravelry yet, but like I said, when I saw that you could list them on Ko-fi and not have to pay all the fees, I was like, okay, cool. So now there is a place for you guys to get them cheaper if you would like to get them cheaper. It will be the cheapest place to get them. Like you're saving like $1 or $2 on every pattern. And I was able to also list the ghost pattern for free, the little ghosty pattern for free. So there is actually a free pattern on there, and then my other patterns are cheaper on there. Just, you know, $1, $2, depends on, you know, the pattern. But most of the patterns I'm listing for $2 or $3 on there. So, yeah. Uh, so I'm thinking while speaking, and so there's a processing delay. uh, you could tell that I haven't been recording very much at all for the last couple of months. I just realized you can see this in here. This is part of my contraption that I have for when I film tutorials, which I really do want to film a tutorial soon. I have several tutorials that like I literally just need to film. Like I've already made the patterns for them. I already know I want to make a tutorial for them. I just haven't yet. So that's something I definitely plan on doing soon. Like I might actually do one like really soon. Maybe I will literally just dive headfirst into it and make a like one of my simple tutorials next week. We'll see though. I'm really not committing to anything like that. I just want to like go with the flow, keep it chill, you know, have fun with it. I'm like just starting to get back into really enjoying crocheting, and I'm super excited to hang out with you guys and stuff. So I don't want to put, you know, too much pressure on it at the wrong time, you know what I mean? But I am super happy to be here with you guys. But yeah, so there's the Ko-fi thing, and then I showed you this. I'm still not sure what's going on with mystery yarn boxes. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. It's just the cost of shipping is so high. I feel like it takes so much of the fun out of it. Like, I don't know. It might, the cost of shipping just might be too high. Who knows though? I'm still contemplating it, so maybe sometime coming up I will possibly end up doing that, but yeah. Anyways, guys, I am not going to keep you any longer. I know I've literally just been blabbing. I hope that you have been hanging out with like a crochet a crochet project, or a cup of coffee, or, you know, just doing something. Maybe you've got me on while you're cleaning or whatever. Maybe you're literally just sitting here hanging out with me. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm so happy that you have stuck around. Can you hear my cat? So happy you've stuck around and been patient with me recently, with me being kind of on like a little hiatus, but I hung up a new card that I got. That's from Missy. It's open. It was closed when I hung it up. I have that like little thing there to like hang cards from, but then I also had to put my bags back there. I had taken that off so I could have like a little place to hang cards in the background, but then I could not find a door to put that on that it worked on without being like massively in the way. This is like my project bags, my purses, backpacks, like all that kind of stuff. We have a 1-bedroom apartment, and space is not a thing that we have a lot of. So this has just been like a very convenient place that we have kept our bags the whole time we have lived here. And I tried to move this to a different door, and I could not find any other doors to put this on that it worked on. So my little sign, or my little card holder thing, is not really getting the use that I had hoped for. But, you know, I was like, I'm gonna still use it anyway. So I put that card there. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna let you go. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you guys again real soon. Bye, guys.